Alright, this is the first push on Blizzard World in the first match from Sunday. So we have 3:44 on the clock, so we're coming right at a spawn. We went underneath, came out the side, gives us a good look at if they have a high ground comp, what's going on here, or if they're playing left side or right side, all that jazz. And if we forward it just a little bit, right there you heard it. We heard the Widow shot come right through here. And then I believe Elijah saw McCree right there. So we know Widow and McCree are over here. And we saw D.Va and I believe one other person if we backtrack it just a little bit. I think that's Zen right there, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's Zen. Okay. So we hear that shot, and then we play it a little bit more here. We see Winston's right there. So we're all pushing to point, and Winston's right here. So Winston's looking to dive our support line, which is back here. And if we play it forward, we see that's exactly what's going to happen. Winston walks up. He does not, doesn't use his leap, and he walks right towards Dwy, who kind of got left behind. So Dwy realistically needs to be up here, and a good spot he could play is in this room right here, underneath, not up top of course. And then that way he can get a sight line somewhat onto point, not perfectly, but he's hidden away from any attempt at a dive onto him. But he gets split from the team here, which in the end is going to still turn out okay. But we can see the Winston uses his leap, and we're still up here. So ideally, what would happen is Dwy would call out, hey, Winston's diving me. He used his leap. So what we could do up here is go, okay, he used his leap. We have Scotch on speed on Lucio right here. I'm not sure. I think it's hard to tell. Let's go back in here if he used it. I think he used it coming out of this doorway initially. I don't know. I didn't hear it. But either way, let's go back like 5 seconds, go up a couple. Anyway, we're still with this. So Winston used his jump. We're here. What we should have done is gone back. Just burn the Winston. He already has Discord on him from Dwy. So if we just come back and just burn him and just draw all over the screen here, we should be able to just burn right through him. And then it doesn't matter that these guys are here. Like, none of this matters. They don't have a Winston. So they have no point pressure anymore besides their D.Va, which isn't going to do them much because we have a death ball. So if we come back and burn this Winston, and you can see Elijah knows. Elijah knows we should burn this Winston. None of us know. So this is a great, great game sense by Elijah. I'm not sure if it was called out or not. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. But Elijah's here, and then all of a sudden, like, he knows. He just turns around the corner, and he's there. Yeah, he hears Winston land and throw down his bubble, so he turns the corner and goes to get him. All of us should have gone around and gone to get him. That's just something we got to get better at. It's okay, though. So Elijah backs off with him because he knows, because I guess he saw that the whole team wasn't on him. So now we're playing this sort of area here, which is kind of the ideal because we are covered by this off of any dives. Our backline can kind of play behind this shield, which turns out isn't going to be great. And Dwy here is at 1 HP because I think he got hit by a body shot. Let's see. Oh, I think he's just still low. Yeah, he gets burned low here, and then he just doesn't get healed up because I'm not doing any damage because I don't have anything to swing at. And then who did I pack here? Did I pack him? Solo quality. I packed Scotch. I think I was trying to aim for Dwight and I packed the wrong person. I have to work on my pack shots because I miss a lot of those. That's just something I have to work on personally. I think I need to adjust my break sensitivity on pack just to see if I can get it a little bit better. That way I get the heal pack onto Dwight and maybe he lives a lot longer because he's going to die right here. The Winston's going to, I think, round the corner and just burn him. Yeah, right there. So Dwight comes around the corner. Winston's still here. We still had an opportunity to run on him and burn him here, but we didn't. Meanwhile, we have Ottawa over here pressuring the high ground, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just in this case, all of us are here playing behind the Rhine Shield. So all this does is just ends up feeding them ult where he could just be back with the team. I think that would be a little bit better. But we get burned. The Winston's still back here. We really just should have gone for him. And then that is the first fight. Alright, just another little example here. We see in this fight, we run in, Ottawa jumps up top. The Winston here, once again, jumps on the back line. Since he's used his bubble and his jump, I know he's got nothing there. So, ideally what we should have done is all... That's way too big of a stencil. All gone onto Winston over here and burned him. We try to do this. As you can see, we get me, Elijah, and Nevermore on him, along with Scotch coming back with us. Ottawa's kind of trying to distract the high ground here. It might be just better to help burn the Winston. D.Va does a pretty good amount of damage with headshots on Winston, especially once he's through his armor, because of just the sheer amount of bullets D.Va fires. He just kind of shreds Winston. He's pretty fat. But the Winston gets so very close to dying, but he doesn't quite die. And then this is where this fight starts to dissolve, and we do get the Winston in the end, but it's too late at that point. Alright, this is a very, very long fight, so let's play it out and describe what happens here. So we start out, we come out the gate, we hear this shot. It misses, going for Dwight here. We get lucky there, but we all hear it. Everyone hears it. So we know Widow's back here. We sort of turn around and look this way, except for 3 of us didn't. We all probably should have turned around and looked this way and heard it, but I believe it was not heard, probably maybe over some talking or just the general noises of the game. Sometimes stuff like that gets filtered out. Just got to be more aware. But we have Dwight and Ottawa both know that Widowmaker is back there. So I turn around and I'm like, fuck this. Let's just go get Widow so then we can be up 1. Ottawa sees Zenyatta all by himself here. This is actually pretty good. Ottawa probably can at least somewhat 1v1 the Zenyatta Discord and headshots can burn through him pretty bad. But he doesn't need more than maybe like one other person. So if he's Elijah with him, he can probably burn him. But it might just be better to go back for Widow in this situation since she's way back there, and then get the 1+ lead. That way, either target here is better. It's just a matter of which gets called out first. But Ottawa forces him back. Meanwhile, we have 2 up here, and we have a lot of people behind us on that Widow trying to get it. Dwight takes some more damage from him. So we have 3 grouped up here. Widow pops sights while I'm chasing her. I'm currently chasing her all the way in spawn, trying to kill her. I end up finishing her off. Dwight comes back. There, I finish her. Dwight comes back up, and then Scotch went with me and is now escorting me back to the team. So we're back. We're back in business. All right. So now this is where it gets crazy. So Winston's right here. He's gonna dive. He's gonna dive. We got to be ready for that. So we push up. He dives. So we kind of push up and then fall back and maybe not use speed boost, or I think Scotch might be using it right now, which is actually probably a perfect time still. But Scotch and Nevermore go forward, not hearing the Winston or seeing the Winston dive. Elijah goes back because of the bomb anyway. This is a pretty good bubble spot. Otto runs out this way. Where was he at? Oops, I went back too far. Oh, he's right here. So you could have probably flown it that way or that way, but probably this way. This way works too. It's probably not going to get you killed. Scotch here runs, interestingly enough, that way. Running away into the team is an interesting option, but I mean, if there's like no one here, because they're all over here, so that's kind of fine actually. And then who dies here? The Y dies. Where was he at? I think he just got super unlucky, because yeah, here's Nevermore. Here's Elijah. I'm somewhere in here. I don't even know. But yeah, he's just in here somewhere, and he gets super unlucky. I think that's him right there. He's trying to get behind this pillar, which is actually a good spot to get behind. He can actually play here if he wants. So if we're pushing this side, this is a good point. He can play back here or in here. This is where Escher was talking about. And shoot onto the point, be pretty safe. Back here is really not a bad spot. There's the box there that kind of obstructs your vision, but even then, that's a really good spot on offense. So Dwight dies here, which is unlucky. But we lost our Zen. So since we're playing against Dive, there's a chance we can still win because we have a lot of Brawl. And we still have Break Lucio. So I feel like I was like, okay, if I pop ult here, maybe we can sustain. So I pop ult, try and keep everyone alive. We're focusing the Winston. We got Elijah, Nevermore, me, Scotch, all in the Winston. Good stuff. I think this is right here is a D.Va battle going on. You could ideally be up here, but I think you got chased by the D.Va when the bomb, after the bomb went off. Yeah, so here's D.Va remeching. And yeah, she just chases you. If you just come up back over here after you like fly out, walk this way, that works too. So yeah, we're trying to burn the Winston. We're still doing it. Good grouping up here. This is the stuff. Burning him, we're burning him, we're burning him, we're burning him. This was just unlucky. I think he thought they were closer, or he could or the Winston was gonna jump in. If the Winston jumped in, that would have been like a 900 IQ shatter. So unlucky. Ideally, we could have kept going for this Winston. I could have gone for like a whip shot or something, because Nevermore is getting beat the fuck up right now in the back. And now that especially now that he's out of Primal Rage, it was almost over. So the McCree here jumps down. Yeah, I'm trying to swing at him. He jumps down. He misses his flashbang, and then he tries and rolls out. I don't know why I'm not on him. I kind of like pushed the supports here. I should be on him, playing more back like here with Elijah instead of getting so aggressive. And probably the best target still here is Winston. Okay. Elijah gets discorded. Look at this focus by the other team. This is just great synchronization here, and all their DPS are going to be looking for that as well. They're probably hearing that in the callouts. Yeah, so Elijah gets burnt. So I get bubbled. And now the Winston D.Va are going to go on their next target. See how they're playing together. They're staying right next to each other. And their DPS are all here waiting for them to pick a target to go onto. But little did I realize that Winston and D.Va are both very low, so they don't actually want to dive on anyone. So, meanwhile, I'm smacking them here because I see that Winston's low. So I was originally going for Winston here. But we do it. Nevermore hits D.Va, and I think so does Ottawa and Scotch. So we're hitting D.Va, and I see she gets really low. And so Brig has so much freaking sustain that I just fucking beat the crap out of D.Va. And with these three doing any sort of DPS, I can just chunk her down. So we get that. I hold my shield up. The defense matrix. Nevermore and Ottawa die to the D.Va bomb. And then Winston is still only half here. So when he dives in to finish me, I just give him a little bash to try and hopefully finish him off. And I see he's really freaking low, so I push him even more. And so now they're down. Oh, and then this fucking huge bomb that kills both supports. So this is the reason why we won. This bomb was ridiculous. That was actually a crazy good bomb. And then me and Scotch finish off Winston. So now they're down Winston, D.Va, and both supports. So all they have left is freaking Mercedes and Capo. So it was like, well, this is winnable. So we just play safe here on the point and just kind of wait it out. And that gets us the point. And that is the weirdest way we won the point. It was a great bomb. I don't know if it was like it won us the fight, but should we have done it? I have no idea. Because I guess before we did it, how many people did we have? Okay, before you did it, we had 4. So we had 4, and they didn't have a D.Va. So, and their Winston was low. So really, that is kind of worth. If you can just if you see this alleyway, like, yeah, I guess that's pretty worth, because it zones out. The D.Va's out of mech, and then we can help get this Winston right here. So honestly, it was like a really good decision to throw the bomb out, even in the context of the situation. Oh, good stuff. Alright, so we've just capped the point here on Blizzard World, and we're rolling forward with the payload. So something we got going on here that we don't need is we have 4 people on the cart. We do not need 4 people on the cart. So for pushing the payload moves at, for one, a different speed on every map. Every map has a different payload speed. But not only that, the map, the growth from 1 to 2 to 3 in payload speed is not linear, if I have it correct. I can actually double check this right now, because I'm really curious. Overwatch much payload? Let's see. So yeah, for one, it has the base speed of the payload. With 2 people, it goes 16.5% faster. And then for 3 people, it goes another 16.5% faster. So yeah, 1 person on the payload actually isn't that bad. So if we want, we can keep Dwy on the payload, and then everyone else, instead of being here in this choke right now, we're up here on the corner. We're playing this corner. So if we get up there quick enough, we'll be ready for what's about to happen here. So if we play it forward a little bit, this right here doesn't happen if we're playing here. If we're playing here, McCree can go here maybe and get Dwy. But if we're playing here, we can see if he's going this way. We know if he's going to go through here. So this flank doesn't happen. Now this one could, and this one we could prep for in different ways, like having Ottawa scout on the high ground to see if there's any flanks going on right off the bat on the reset. But if we're here, this puts us in a great position to just like get a shit ton of distance on the payload, get around this bend. This bend is really bad. We don't want to get stuck in it. So getting around this bend is really, really nice. So being up here at the start of the fight instead of here at the start of the fight is such a big difference. So here we see a Widow in here. Now we think, oh, we got a Lucio. We can just freaking speed right onto her and get her. There's no way she's going to be ready for it. She's just popping sights, I think, right about now. So we're just going to freaking speed onto her and try and get her. Now, it doesn't work for some reason. Even though Elijah goes here, we go here. 3 of us are on her. She's right here. There's 3 of us there. And she should just die. But I'm not really sure. Let's watch. She just hooks her way out and she escapes with 30 HP. So that's just, we gotta clean up the kill. I didn't get a bash. I used the bash to close the gap. So maybe saving my bash and just trusting Elijah and Ottawa to get in there first could be good. Maybe not using my bash so aggressively for movement. But in the meantime here, we got Nevermore and Scotch. So Scotch could have came in with us, and we could have used his speed to kind of help close the gap on the Widow and make sure she didn't get out. Dwy's in here helping us too. So just hard committing, having everyone hard commit to the Widow is nice. We could add Nevermore in the room too. Just like all of us on Widow, even though we're not pushing the payload, it's a pick. So it's a huge start. And we see the Diva's going to like hard commit to try and save her Widow in Defense Matrix. But in which case we could have maybe snowballed. And then this doesn't necessarily happen because now he has to go into here. But this is a whole nother deal. So this Scotch gets flashed. This is just unlucky. We aren't ready for the flank, like I said earlier, up there. And so he dies. McCree rolls away. I believe everyone was told of this, so I think we're gonna like come out this way and maybe this way as well. Meanwhile, Nevermore is just chilling on the payload using bubble. McCree uses High Noon here and picks Nevermore. So we lost 2 here, and we lost our Lucio and our Zarya. So at this point, we should just be aiming to reset, unless there was an easy pick to go for. But Diva's at 75, and that's our lowest. So, and we're getting pretty low ourselves. So reset's pretty much our option here. So just either get out if you can, which this isn't a situation where you can probably get out, or just jump on the payload. That way it doesn't start rolling backwards, which is never fun. But of course they kind of push us back here, and we kind of just gotta fly back. We really should just, like, we know we're dead, just push forward and accept it. Sorry, here we're just grouping up. Alright, so coming out of spawn here after our reset, we have Winston up here. Now what's going to happen here is actually perfect. So I believe the call out was go up top here and flush Winston out. I could be wrong here, but that was the call. Ottawa does the exact right thing. He flies onto the Winston. That is actually perfect. That is exactly what he needs to be doing. I'm going to assume the call out wasn't to flush out Winston up here because we kind of start rounding the corner. That over there was perfect. That is exactly what we need to do. Because he starts taking damage here, and he just, like, he instantly is like, no, I'm out of here. I'm not fighting D.Va. So he jumps here. We can all see this. We all got sightlines to this besides Elijah, who's shield botting up here. But we can all see that the monkey's jumping. So we gotta go. I use my bash here. I shouldn't use my bash here. We have a Lucio. I can just go forward and go get him. Ottawa takes hit from Widow here as well. So we play forward a little bit. That death right there was McCree over here. So McCree is still playing over here. So this ends up being one of our biggest downfalls is McCree is playing here. I think something we could have done that could have benefited us is just go through there first. The payload is here. So it's not necessarily like all the way back at spawn. So if we kind of like go through here first and clear this room out and then kind of come out, or even come out the bottom and kind of work our way back up, that's something we can think about doing. Just to try and like clear out that space so that way we can take control of it. Because right now it is killing us very bad. Alright, Monkey dives in and they throw a bomb. This fight is pretty much over at this point. We've lost 2. On to the next fight. Yay. Alright, so we come out of spawn here. Widow's right here. Winston's right here. So Winston can jump on supports, and Widow's gonna shoot sight lines trying to hit heads on supports. So, what happens? Come out. Ottawa sees it, and he's like, I'm just gonna fucking dive. Which is probably the right move. Actually, most definitely. He sees it first, so he's just like, let's go for it. Meanwhile, Elijah here is kind of pushing forward. Realistically, what we could do is push through here. Even if McCree is playing in here, we can kind of hold them at bay because they're monkeys here. And we can kind of flush Widow out and just kind of end her and then work our way this way. But what happens is we push forward. And we're kind of all split up here. We're all over the place. Not really grouped up at all. Elijah sees Winston and he's like, this is the call out. Let's go up top and flush out Winston. Only problem is Ottawa's over here fighting D.Va. Or not fighting D.Va, he is D.Va. Fighting Widow. And he gets demeched. So he can't jump on the Winston right now. So Ottawa gets demeched, but he kills Widow in baby D.Va form. And we all are like, let's go get the monkey. I jump up here and use my bash to move again. Here it might be a little bit of a better choice, but actually no, it's not because I'm in a fucking bubble, so I stopped instantly. I remember that. I was so mad. So we try and chase him. I don't Do we have speed on? It kind of seems like we didn't. That kind of looks like a speed aura. We tried. I think, yeah, he switched to healing right after it, after he kind of got away already. But Eliza charges in, try and chase after him. We go into this room. Nevermore doesn't go with. He needs to go with. Even if we're doing something retarded, which I don't necessarily think this is dumb. I shouldn't say retarded, that's bad. The whole team needs to get together when we do something dumb. So here we come out this room together. We've kind of flushed it out. We jump on Monkey. We're like, let's get Monkey here. Nevermore gets on the payload. We're burning Monkey, burning Monkey, burning Monkey. Monkey's getting low. This is really good. Monkey pops ult. How low were we when he popped trance? We were not very low, and I had just used rally, right? I think he just popped it because he didn't want to get killed by the Monkey ult. I feel like the right play is to just is to not use it and try and trust all of us on the team just to kill him. Is the play. I realize that's not gonna always work, but yeah. The rally by me, probably not good either, considering they're not really getting super aggressive. I like to use rally to initiate because it gives us even more sustain in a fight, and it's gonna go away after 30 seconds after the cast time anyway. So we're going to use it during the fight and then the 30 seconds in the fight. It could work out. This might have been too early. I'm not really sure. Let's see how it goes. So we kind of, we're going. Scotch has speed on. If he would be up here, it'd be more ideal, but I think he got booped around by the Monkey, so that's okay. We're all grouped together, which is good. The high noon comes out, so we back off. I think that's the right play. We get on the corner here. Alright. Get there. We get Otto gets mech back. Alright. Widow's here. McCree's here. Diva's here. Monkey's here. Okay. So they haven't used any cooldowns yet. So we just kind of stay grouped up. Stay with Elijah. We can kind of push this. It was a good attempt. Earth Shatter's kind of hard to use here. We did get the Diva. I think we all pounced Diva? Yeah. So, me and Elijah are like, freaking Diva got shattered. Let's fucking just destroy her. Otto goes to contest the high ground, kind of distract the DPS while we're killing Diva. That's okay. That's okay. I don't know if killing Diva's a better choice, just because just focus on it. We're gonna kill her anyway because she's shattered, so this is probably fine. Yeah, so gets Team X. McCree gets pushed back. Good. We're kind of back here. We can still be grouped up here. Nevermore is still playing very passive, I'm in the back line kind of Zarya, which is interesting. I think he's trying to protect from flankers or something, or it's just how it worked out. Okay, here, Dwy, you can be, I guess this is fine because you're trying to hide at the corner because they have the Widow. I see what you mean. This is very hard to play in because McCree's obviously up here, so he's gonna get you if you go here, and Widow's gonna get you if you go here. So this is probably fine. Where you'd go next, be tough to say. Yeah, this area in general is pretty rough to play Zen. You just gotta pick your spots. I'm not a Zen player, so I don't know the best spots, but I can see why you faded back there in the moment. Okay. Ottawa gets a great pick on Monkey here. So that's Widow. Widow pops sights. And we used Beat here for some reason. Let's look at this again. Were we low? Oh, Elijah got low. So Elijah got really low because he had Discord on him and he was getting a lot of pressure. So I pack him here. And then Scotch saw that he was super low, so he beated. Okay. And that was amazing. He beat it onto the table. That was genius. That was A+, using the table. Great beat, honestly. Never mind. No criticism of the beat. That was the greatest beat of all time. Ottawa jumps up here, pressures Widow. Not too bad. I mean, we could also stay grouped up here. I think for the death ball in this situation, it's fine to stay kind of grouped up like this. But I think he ends up getting Winston anyway because he dives pretty aggressively. And he was already weak when he dove. Yeah, he was already weak when he dove. He's weak up here. So he dives aggressively and then he just gets punished by Ottawa. Ottawa gets demeched. Honestly, we got the Winston in trade for our Diva. Not too bad of a trade, really. Plus, their Diva's demeched. So they don't have any tanks. We have our big beefy guy. And we have Nevermore with Grav. Nevermore should be looking for a Grav. I think he's had a Grav for a long time. He should have just been looking for it. Like, especially when all the DPS and stuff were up here, he could have just grabbed. And that would have been a good good situation. Oh, McCree goes on his sneaky little flank again. Yeah, I think he jumps off here. Yeah, he just jumps off. This was just unlucky. He was still up here, and he just jumped off and killed Dwai. I couldn't get there in time. I tried to save him. Sorry, Dwai. Me and Elijah go back to get him. And then Ottawa remix because he used bomb. Oh, this is the unfortunate situation. Here comes Nevermore as well. So they use both their ults here. The Mercy's gonna die. Yeah, she dies immediately after popping Valkyrie, which is freaking great. I miss a bash here. You hear the bash. I stopped right in front of his face. This is just Unluck City. And he kills me for it. Because I drop my shield to swing my hammer. Or my flail. And then I die. It's fine though, because this whole freaking time. This is the dumbest part. This whole time, Scotch, instead of coming back with us, which I don't even know if this was the right play or not because he pushed the payload so far, he's just sitting here on the payload. Like this whole time. He gets it almost to the end. Like, Jesus Christ, Scotch. How did they not notice? And we got it so freaking close here. Focus Winston, focus Winston. Winston dies. Diva gets demeched. We needed to focus that right there. So I don't think we had it here. We lost a lot of people in the ruckus. But yeah, all we had here was Scotch and Elijah. Yeah, we just kind of got all separated and we died. And that pretty much sums it up. Alright, we got a decent first push versus a good team. Alright, let's take a look at our first attempt to hold on defense. So we start here on Goats. The other team is playing their their favorite McCree Widowmaker comp with dive tanks. Alright, so Winston here, he's like, frick, I'm gonna go on the high ground. We're going up here. So everyone saw that. That was no surprise. Now, he's up here. Oh yeah. Ottawa, he could go up there and put pressure on him. There's one option. Or, what has happened here? You got Diva over here. We know Diva's over here. Friggin' McCree's right here. So what's their team? They got 2 people here. 2 people here. Guy here. I think they have 3 people here. Whatever it is. No, their Widowmaker's hiding somewhere. I don't freaking know where. She might be there. I don't know. I can't tell. I can't see her in the VOD. But anyway, we could push here or push here. Just as a group, we just put pressure on these guys. Because what are they going to do? Their Winston just used his cooldown. Diva has his cooldown, and Zen has an angle on it. But if we just freaking rush him in third Discord, he's just going to get melted. He has 200 HP. Mercy Zen isn't going to heal through that. So if we just like instantly go, alright, fuck you, we're going to run onto these guys. Sure, the point might be taking some pressure. But Ottawa can fly back as Diva if we need it. To just like stall it a little bit. If we need to. But more realistically, these guys aren't going to want to just stand on point. They're going to want to protect their teammates. So Diva's going to fly to protect his teammates. Zen's going to be focused. Like, the only person who can contest here is Winston because he doesn't have his jump to go save him. So he's going to stand here. One person on the point isn't going to, like, capture it in the time we can, like, win the fight, and we can have Ottawa drift back to save the day. Instead here, we just kind of sit here, and we're kind of waiting for the fight to come to us. We can definitely get aggressive here, and especially push either back here, which I think is the right play, because literally we just like threw our back to them when we could just like, oh, let's go run at them, or we could just run at these guys. He's still to our back, but if we like hard commit, like, oh, let's go just this way, we could probably still win. But instead we kind of sit here. Friggin' McCree picks the Y, and I think this fight ends pretty quickly after. Yeah, we get split. Ottawa's here. Instead of here with the team, I did the big pen again. And then I get picked by the Zen back here because I was looking at the Winston on the point. And it kind of all falls apart. Right here is the 10 out of 10 example of the push-up. So we got the other team. They're sending 3 people. They got Widow. They got, I think that's their Zen actually, believe it or not, and their Monkey. Widow hooks up here. Can see right over here. And Monkey jumps up top. So he's up here. Let me pause this. And even McCree and Mercy come up here. So they got Zen, Winston, McCree, and Mercy. They got 2 people still. They got 1 person capping right now. I don't even know where their Diva's at. Their Diva's probably somewhere here. I assume it's their Zen, or not their Zen, their, oh no, it is their Diva's capping, because there's Zen, Mercy, Widow's here. Yeah, so they have 5 people already playing this whole section. And they just have Diva capping point for them. Because they know they're going to get it. And so they apply pressure with the 5. Scotch is already down. So we got to back up and give them all of this space is basically already theirs. Because they applied that pressure. They high noon here. Because we're all here. Interesting high noon. I think we punished this one. Yeah, I bash him and it actually hits him this time. I saved my bash. And we kill him. Good focus. We had 3 people on him. Good stuff. They kept the point like they would have anyway. We're all here. I think Dwight and Scotch are both dead. So it is what it is. Just apply as much pressure as we can. We probably... So we have 4 people, and we're all grouped up very well. But we only have 4. We don't have our 2 other supports. Probably shouldn't have done this. Probably should have just backed up and little regroup. But we got a pick, so we're kind of feeling a little... We got 2 picks, actually, here. So, feeling a little cocky. The Winston, I believe that was. Or no, that was the Mercy and the Widow. I think they got out. Probably shouldn't have got out, but here's what it is. Monkey does a good jump. We're kind of still trying to put pressure here on the high ground, make sure they don't get high ground control. Ottawa's here trying to stop them from getting up there. The Monkey ults, and this is kind of just like everyone's all over the place. We're kind of just flinging and dinging. We sort of seem to start to agree on this freaking Monkey ult here. And we all kind of try and group up. Meanwhile, Dwight and Ottawa die, and then Elijah dies to the Widow shot from there. I think at this point I've switched to Widow. Just to help contest a little bit on her. I tried to shoot the McCree there, I think. Did I kill him? No. So we're just all trying to group up here. Elijah switches to Winston. So we got Winston, Zarya, D.Va, Lucio Zen, and a Widow. So not a ton of healing, but if we get a good dive and get a couple picks with Widow, all can be made up for. But I think we just get unlucky picked here. The D.Va bomb gets 3, and that's a fight lost.